All right, gentlemen, welcome again to our presentations regarding collision regulations. Rule number 8, action to avoid collision. Very important to be refreshed again and again. What does it say? Any actions taken to avoid collision shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, be positive, made in ample time, and with due regard to the observance of good seamanship. Very clear, very clear. Be positive, just relax, do it in ample time or enough time with a good observance. Use your skills, your intelligence, your knowledge, and seamanship that it will not happen. The collision will not happen, and you have to avoid it. That happen. Okay? That examples that you've seen in the video or the photos there. All right. Now, any alteration of course and or speed to avoid collision shall, remember, shall, if the circumstances of the case admit or allow you or allow the time be large enough to be readily apparent to another vessel, observing visually or by radar. Okay? That is very clear. Be apparent to another vessel. You have to observe continuously by visual, and you can check also by radar when it comes to the exact distance, okay, exact bearing, so you can judge what to do. Okay, you can develop a good judgment to avoid collision. Okay, small alteration of course and or speed shall be avoided first. Okay, don't alter your course or reduce your speed. Just keep observe visually by radar and by visual. If there is sufficient sea, room, or space, alteration of course alone may be the most effective action to avoid a close quarter situation, provided that it is made in good time, is substantial, and does not result in another close quarters situation. Very clear, very, very clear. When you alter your course, okay, do it in ample time or with large space, or you have enough serum to alter your course. That is the best way of avoiding collision. Do not allow, do not challenge yourself to put the vessel in close quarters situation because you are more experienced. You have a lot of experience doing like this, and you challenge other vessels and yourself to make it more closer before you act to avoid collision. That is a wrong practice, gentlemen. To be clear, for the safety of the vessel, as long as you assess in advance, you have enough time, do it in an ample time or early, okay, to avoid close quarter situation. Very, very clear. Now, action taken to avoid collision with another vessel shall be such as to result in passing at a safe distance. Remember, safe distance. The effectiveness of the action shall be carefully checked until the other vessel is finally passed and clear. That is your job, to keep the vessel away from danger. Okay? Safe distance, no close quarter. Check the vessel until passed and clear. I hope this is very clear. If necessary to avoid collision or allow more time to assess the situation, a vessel shall slacken her speed or take all way off by stopping or reversing her means of propulsion. Meaning your engine. Reverse your engine just to slacken her speed, just to allow other vessels to pass it through your forward or your bow clear. Okay? So you assess the situations on early stage, and if necessary, avoid collision. Do it to reverse your engine, like astern, full astern, just to control the speed of the vessel. A vessel which by any of these rules is required not to impede the passage or safe passage of another vessel shall, when required by the circumstances of the case, take early action to allow sufficient sea room for the safe passage of the other vessel. Once again, do not challenge other vessel. If you assess that other vessel will pass on your bow on as early as possible, then you have to alter your course just to make it sure that you are clear from him. You are not making trouble with other vessel, because you understand you are the one who will take the action to avoid collision. Okay, this is the reason the sufficient sea room for the safe passage of other vessel. A vessel required not to impede the passage or safe passage of another vessel is not relieved of this obligation if approaching the other vessel so as to involve risk of collision, and shall, when taking action, have full regard to the action which may be required by the rules of this part. Okay, just remember that. A vessel, the passage of which is not to be impeded or impede, remains fully obliged to comply with the rules of this part when the two vessels are approaching one another so as to involve risk of collisions. That is the end of this rule, fellow mates. I do hope you are being refreshed again. Okay, so action to avoid collision is very important, as deck rating and aiming to for your